You are a busybody.
Born and raised here in Houston, I love the city. It's where I have my roots and just a place I call home. I've entertained living other places, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't, but Houston will always be home. I think what we do when we're young has a lot to do with our interests. I think if we're happy in what we do as we get older. I used to love playing with trucks and boats and all that, and that's what I drive. And I'm always pulling boats and trailers and different things like that. As far as this business is concerned, I was always wiring up car stereos. I was always wiring up home theater systems and doing things like that, or even messing with friends' bands and setting up the gear. And so naturally, when I got into the professional side of things and I decided to start my own company, all of that had a role. I got into this industry after years of working in the commercial air conditioning business, and I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do with my career. I ended up going to school at the Art Institute of Houston, and I learned a lot about the music video business program, is what they called it at the time. It was broadcasting focused, a little bit of live sound, but I totally stumbled into this thing called corporate AV. I didn't even know it existed. So after going to school for that, I found myself in a position where I was looking for a steady, stable job. And I took a job at a company as a delivery driver, and then I got into the hotel side of things, and that was how I got into this business. So I started Next Audiovisual Productions at a point in my life where I was ready to transition from a company that I'd been at for almost 2 decades. And I knew that I wanted to stay in the industry, but I didn't necessarily want to go to work for someone else. I'd always been full of the entrepreneurial zeal, I guess. And so I'd been recruited, and I'd looked at a few opportunities, turned those down, and just decided that it was time for me to just do my own thing. We're an AV production services provider, and we focus on corporate events. We tailor to corporate America. We do anything and everything from corporate meetings and conferences, trade shows, fundraisers. We dip into the social and fundraising side of things a little bit, doing some galas and some of that. I would say that our mission at Next Audiovisual is a simple one. It is to provide quality service to our corporate clients. Something that we do differently is whenever possible, we try to pre-build and pre-plan as much of that show from the start in our shop. And then when it comes to execution, we've already kind of gotten ahead of some of those or discovered some of those glitches. I strive for the wow factor. I like to really exceed a client's expectations. So I would say that that's our goal. You can get equipment from anybody. It's all about the people that you bring together, the team that works to build and make that show happen in a fashion that that client is just blown away by the outcome. Things were smooth, there weren't glitches, there weren't miscues, no feedback from the audio, those sorts of things. And I think putting together a complete show and executing it and having that, at the end of the day, that's what we're all here for. What makes Next AV different from other companies is that we're big enough to get the job done, small enough to care.